Hi everyone, I wanted to come on today to share one of my favorite sourdough discard bread recipes with you guys. This is like a white traditional loaf bread. It's very soft, it's a very easy recipe to follow and to make, and it has that wonderful sourdough flavor. So first I have pre-measured all of my ingredients. This recipe is in grams, so you will need a scale. So I've measured all my ingredients on a scale, and I'm going to let you guys know it as I go, what I'm throwing into our mixing bowl here. So first we have 200 grams of our sourdough discard. This is just my discard from the fridge. And I'll probably end up scraping this bowl out to make sure I get it all in there. But it's going to be 200 grams sourdough discard. And then we're going to go ahead and add 500 grams of water to the sourdough discard. So I have that measured as well. And this, I used lukewarm water for this. So 500 grams of water. And then here I have two separate bowls because it was quite a bit. This is 1,000 grams. I use bread flour. You can also use just regular all-purpose flour. So 1,000 grams, either bread flour or all-purpose, or you can do a mix of both. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take that over to our mixing station, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this on there. You want to mix it up for about maybe 30 seconds, very minimal. Actually, I didn't plug that in yet. But you're going to mix it for about 15 to 30 seconds until it's just barely like come together a little bit more. So as soon as I see it coming together, I'm going to go ahead and stop. You want it to look kind of just like clumpy, just starting to mix. Okay. And that is actually good enough. So you can see it's clumpy. It was just starting to mix. Now what we're actually going to do is we're going to let this sit for 30 minutes, and that's so that that sourdough discard can actually get rehydrated in here in this bread. So I'm just going to put a little cloth over it, and we're going to let this sit for 30 minutes, and we will come back to it, and I'll show you guys the rest of the ingredients to throw in and mix together. So while that's sitting, I just wanted to let you guys know this will make 2 very good size loaf pans of bread. Alright, so it's officially been sitting for 30 minutes, and now we're just going to go ahead and mix in the rest of our ingredients. So we have 20 grams of salt, just regular white salt. You can also use pink Himalayan if you prefer that. And then we have 40 grams of white sugar. And then I have 120 grams of butter, and I have this just cubed up a little bit better so that the blender can hopefully mix it easier. And this is room temperature butter, so you do want it to be room temperature. Also, we have 14 grams of active dry yeast, and so we're going to go ahead and throw all those in this bowl. We're going to take this bowl back to the blender, and we're going to blend it up for between 3 to 6 minutes. And we want to see this dough at the end being really stretchy and elastic, and like bouncing off the sides of the bowls, not really sticking. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. I'll show you guys what it'll look like after about 3 to 6 minutes. Okay, so this has been going for about 4 minutes, and this is what it's starting to look like. This is basically what you want. It's starting to get elastic. It's bouncing off the sides of the bowl, not really sticking. So once it starts looking like this, you can probably give it about 30 seconds to 1 more minute, and then just go ahead and take it off. So I'm just about done here with this one. And that's about where I want mine. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Just a big old glob. And this is sticky. It's going to be sticky. You can either transfer it into a new greased bowl, or you can also let it rise in the same bowl that you've mixed in. And I'm just going to let it rise in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and set it on my stove top, And I have preheated my oven because it makes things go a little faster as far as rising, makes the house a little warmer. So it's at 350 is what I preheated it to. You want to just cover that up with a little towel, and we're going to let this rise for 1 hour. While we're waiting for that to rise, another thing you can do is go ahead and grease your loaf pans with some butter. Okay, our bread's been rising for about an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and take the dough out, split it in half, and I'm going to go ahead and form it into some little loaves and put them in our pans. Okay, so I split them into two, and basically this is what I do with my bread. I just tuck it and kind of roll it and just try to form whatever size you think will fit your pan. So these are the pans I'm using. Usually I do it just like this, and then it's good to go. And you guys will notice my pans look funny. I accidentally floured them because I'm also making a cake at the same time, and I got my cake pan and my bread pan mixed up. So, but yes, just tuck them into each other, get that shape that you want, and then just throw it in your loaf pan, and then we'll go ahead and cover them up with the same towel again, and we'll let them rise until they flow over the rim of the pan. Alright, so my bread is coming up over the top of the loaf pan. You can make it rise a little bit more than this, or this should be enough. I did this the last couple times and it was just perfect still. So you're going to go ahead and cook it for 40 to 45 minutes on 350.